yourself venturing into a world that is unfamiliar to you in every single way. All you have to your name is your wits and a broken phone that has no internet. But wait, you have the MidFall Podcast in your hands. Here you can listen to the tales of your three hosts, Luis, Josh, and Jared, as they venture through their own creative woes and whatnots. Get ready to be entertained through your wildest dreams as you conquer and face this new threatening world.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the MidFall Podcast, episode 10. My name is Josh. I am joined today by my friends Luis and Jared. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Hello, everybody.
What's up?
Yeah, so do you guys have any announcements you want to make in this episode, or should I just kick it off with the topics I have?
Well, the announcements are still the same as last week's. The album Black Midfall is going to be dropping at the end of this month, so Halloween. Okay, so stay tuned for that. Besides that, just, shirts still coming out. Training arc, winter arc. I'm just saying winter arc, but training arc is going to be the name of the line. I don't know why I'm speaking so much about, I'm stumbling upon my words. But, Tuesday. So, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, so I think originally I told you guys I had two topics, and then last second I was like, oh yeah, we could also talk about Sparking Zero. So before we talk about Sparking Zero, because I know that'll be like a whole, not like a rant, but it'll be like a whole tirade of everyone just talking about it. I want to talk about two things, not ask you guys. There's two things I want to talk about. The first things is, I don't know if I've spoken to this with you guys about this topic, but recently, maybe about a week or less ago, well, actually more than a week ago, like months ago, Power Rangers was said to no longer get any more seasons in live action. Fans are thinking we're going to get an animated show and stuff like that. But the news is they put a lot of the like production stuff, like whether it be like the morphers or the costumes or the masks and the monster suits, on sale for auction on a website called Heritage Auction. And they're putting all those Power Ranger suits and stuff like that on sale. And it's kind of insane to imagine that something that people could grow up on is, kind of closing down in a sense. And it's just like, they're just selling all this stuff. There's no like charity involved. It's just selling all these costumes and stuff like that. So I want to ask you guys' thoughts. And if you've heard about it, what do you think about it? If you haven't heard about it, what's your initial thoughts on hearing that they're selling all these costumes?
You go ahead first, Jared.
So, yeah, no, I had no idea that this was even a thing. I had no idea they were selling those. It is a little sad. It is a little sad to hear that, they're not going to make any more, like, live action Power Rangers anymore. It makes sense, but still kind of sad. But honestly, like, if people can afford it, that'd be something to freaking treasure, man. Freaking Power Rangers was so much fun. Like, all the different versions of it. I believe the one that I grew up on was the dinosaur ones. I think I yeah, I think it was the
Dino Thunder?
Yeah, Dino Thunder. Yeah.
That was goated.
That one was the one that I grew up on. So, if I ever see it, I don't know. May have to shovel a couple hundred right there. Or...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting that they're not getting any more, what's the word? Live actions. But then again, I think that, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the live action was one of the things that made it, like, special, right? There's nothing really else that has that, like, very... You can't pull off that same level of, like, exaggerated, body movement and, like, just to go along with the voice acting, that like animation can't replicate. But I think that regardless, like the whole Power Rangers thing in live action was a time, like a phase in time, or like, you know what I mean? So, I mean, we've had plenty of live action stuff, so I'm excited to see what an animated thing would be like. But the costumes, yeah. My favorite one of Power Rangers was Ninja Storm. That's the one that I grew up with. So
That was good.
yeah, especially that's like when I moved to our hometown where we grew up in. So I think around those times, like that's around the same time that I started watching that show, or that's the time that it was airing. And yeah, Ninja Storm was I think my favorite one.
Yeah, it's kind of sad to hear all this stuff, but when you really think about it, not that like we're old, but when you think about it, it's like, yeah, it's been a long time. I could see the reality that this is happening, but I think it's cool that we might get animation or something like that. It's what fans are thinking, because the CEO or something like that, not the CEO, some head in the company made a LinkedIn post comment or something like that, and someone asked him, and he's like, oh, there's more for Power Rangers someday. And so that's hopeful. It's good. The costumes thing, I know like a bunch of actors, I was checking Twitter, a bunch of the actors were like, oh, especially the new actors, they were like, oh, I wish that we could have gotten, you know, the ability to get these costumes and keep them for ourselves. And while I agree that would have been cool for them, and I know it kind of sucks that, you know, the company is selling it to make a quick buck is what people assume, I think it's a good thing personally that they're giving the fans the chance to buy something. I hope it doesn't go into the thousands for some of the small stuff, but I feel like everything's going to be super expensive. I'm going to watch the auction, but I don't think I'll be able to buy anything. I'm not going to spend that much money, but I'm really hopeful to hopefully get something. We'll see. But my favorite, I loved all the Power Rangers, but I'd say one of my favorites was Lightspeed Rescue and Dino Thunder for sure. I loved those two as a kid. But then, the next topic, this one might hit Luis a little hard. I'm sorry, Luis, I have to bring this up. But
That's funny. Go ahead.
Little Big Planet 3, they actually shut down the servers recently because they put it to PS5, and some guy didn't like the PS5 port, so he DDoSed the game servers. And for anyone watching that doesn't know what DDoSing is, I'm not most knowledgeable about it, but basically it was just like constantly crashing the servers, making it a horrible experience to play the game. But he was putting like slurs, like racial slurs, I think other words that are considered slurs, bad words essentially. And it essentially, he was trying to force the devs into changing things for the game so that he could enjoy it more. And then the devs at Sony were like, Sony was like, you know what? F this guy. We're closing the game servers in general. So Little Big Planet 3 servers are closing either very soon or they already closed because one person tried to strong arm the company and force them to fix the game. Quote unquote, fix the game.
Yeah. Man, that sucks. Yeah, the reason why Josh says that is because, you know, during our sleepovers in middle school and like high school and stuff like that, we would always just stay up playing Little Big Planet games. You know, like I said, all throughout middle school or elementary school, middle school, and like, yeah, even later into high school. So yeah, that sucks. A lot of game companies seem to be kind of struggling at this moment, though. No, like Ubisoft as well. I don't really necessarily know too much, but I know that they had to delay the new Assassin's Creed game. So yeah, that's kind of tough. I don't know how the new game was received though. The Sackboy Adventures. Adventures of
I don't know
Sackboy.
either. I never got to play it, to be honest.
Yeah, but I hope it did the game justice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
Did you play Little Big Planet at all, Jared? Sorry.
I did not. I knew friends who have played Little Big Planet, but personally for me, I have not. But I also gotta say, that is some real, like, freaking 4chan antics right there. Like, bro.
Yeah.
Like, who is that petty? Who is that petty to literally DDoS a whole server just because he didn't like it being on one platform? Like, come on, dude. Like, that's so obnoxious. That is so obnoxious. My God. But
To the max.
hopefully people can find some solace into the newest Astrobot game. I know that game was really popular. The scores were like pretty much 10 out of 10 all across like reviews and whatnot, and people seemed like they were having a lot of fun with it. So maybe in some way, shape, or form they could find some solace in that.
Yeah, I heard that game was actually really good. I watched a video that was like a brief video on Twitter of someone playing it, and it was like a giant parkour, like straight path. You're going straight, but it's like parkouring, jumping, timing, laser beams, all this jazz, things falling, platforms falling.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
I saw that.
It looks super cool. Like, if that's the
nuts.
game, I'm assuming when you get the PS5, you get the demo, and then you have to buy that game. Is that how it works, or is that the game already for free?
So I think it's like its own kind of separate game, because when you buy the PS5, you do get like another Astrobot game that came with it, but this one I think is like a totally separate entity. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. Well, yeah, it does suck to hear about like the servers closing. I think it sucks to hear that about any game you grew up on. But Little Big Planet 3 definitely is one of those games that you can't really get tired of it because of how much like discoverability for different games there are, like different game modes and things that people make. The games that do that right are super fun.
Yeah,
Little Big Planet 3, especially at the time it did it right. It was really good.
Yeah, because it was, I guess, simple in concept, it made you kind of seek and make your own fun. So that's what was, and it was just a different take on a platformer, like sandbox type game, I guess. It was just executed very well.
I agree. But actually, I think there's one game that I'm going to segue into. Sparking Zero, I tried the level builder, like you make a battle for some people, or I tried other people's ones, even the official ones made by the devs. And if I'm being honest, it's really nice. It's a little complex for my liking, but it's complex to where like I have a lot of freedom to make what I want, because you could literally make like cutscenes for your custom battle. So if Jared wanted to make a like Goldo versus Chiaotzu fight, he can put the two of them in the frame and edit the frame in the scene and add text on the screen. I think it's like specific text they give you though, you can't just type stuff, but it's pretty interesting. I think Sparking Zero has really good potential for the creator level experience. It's really, really cool in my opinion.
Yeah, I still need to try that out. It seems like it'd be a lot of fun. But I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers play those custom battles. I think it was one YouTuber. I believe his name was C-Reacts. It was C-Reacts, and he did a custom battle. I believe it was a Majin Vegeta versus like the DBZ Broly, and someone made it so that Broly would instantly heal throughout the fight 9 times, and his ultimate attack would literally do like 2 health bars, and Vegeta only had like 3. So bro was going through it. It's a hilarious video, but yeesh.
Hey, I do have to say though, Josh, I have the ability to face you in Sparking Zero quicker, dude. So after recording this podcast, I don't know about you, but kind of down to catch a fade really quick, or run a fade really quick.
All right, we could try to see what happens.
We could definitely at least make a video about this. I feel like it'd be cool, or like some sort of challenge or something like that. Might be fun to make.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah,
I definitely agree.
I think it's gonna be a lot more even like this time around, because I think you definitely have more time playing on it than I do. But just yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I think Sparking Zero, because I've been devoting myself actually to it a few times per week just to get better at it, because when I started playing, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty bad, and
Yeah, me too.
I didn't really understand the game as much as I should have, and I'm slowly getting there. It's just, for me, it's a learning curve with some of these games where you essentially have like 2 to 3 ways to dodge a technique or a move someone fires, or like reverse it back onto them. And so that's the part of the game that I'm learning slowly. So like if I play against Luis, there's going to be moments where like he's just comboing me and I'm freaking out because I don't know what to do. Even though the game literally told me how to do it, but I just don't remember how to like get out of an attack or something like that. It's just there's so many buttons close to each other that mind jumbles them and doesn't remember properly. But also, what Jared said with the Majin Vegeta versus Broly thing, just so anyone needs some context and why I freaked out a little bit about that, or why I am freaking out a little bit. If you don't know, when you make a custom battle, you have to beat the custom battle to be able to publish it for the public to play.
Oh, really?
General, yeah, you have to beat it.
Yo.
So the
it's
guy
like
beat
Maker.
Broly like that. Yeah, that's insane that someone actually did that, especially this early into the game. The game's been out, I would say, like what, for a week, including the pre-period or whatever it's called, the pre.
Yeah.
It came out
It was about a
today,
week.
last week or something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
So to be able to do that's insane.
I mean, have you seen the mods?
Oh
The
my
mods are
God.
cool.
Dude, before the game even like publicly released, there was already crazy mods. Friggin' El Hermano, bro. Friggin'
Yeah.
Carl from GTA. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, so people thought the first mod was making Goku black, but the actual first mod was bald Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So that one was the actual first mod of the game, and it was
That's
pretty
right.
funny.
That's right.
That's
Dude,
funny.
people in the mod community, it's gonna make the game 10 times funnier for me. Especially, so I don't know if this will be true. I'm assuming it won't be true. Like, let's say I download mod and Luis doesn't. Luis won't see what I see if we played against each other or with each other. But I wish it was like that in a sense, because it'd be so funny to download a mod and it makes my character look like Peter Griffin, for example. And then I just load into the match, and whoever I'm fighting against is like, what the fuck? Why is Peter Griffin in my freaking game? Like, I know that wouldn't happen, but it'd be so freaking funny.
Yeah.
It'd recreate those YouTube moments. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those videos. I think they were playing like Halo or something like that, and these guys are playing co-op together, and they're like, wait, did I just see this guy in our game? And the guy's like, no, you didn't. And it's like them as like Hatsune Miku or some shit, some random ass character in the video because they had everyone install the same mod.
Yeah,
It's
that's
too
funny.
I think Sparking Zero has a lot of meme potential, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Man, Sparking devs work hard. The modding community works harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Like the Spider-Man game, the one on PS4, PS5.
Sir.
The modders on that game went crazy to make it look better. It's insane. Oh, but one question I have. What is one character that you wish or should have a like storyline in Sparking Zero? You know what I mean? Like Frieza has a storyline you can go through, Goku has one, Gohan, etc.
Ooh. That's a good question.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know what? I just kind of realized this, and obviously I haven't finished the story mode for any character here. Is there a GT storyline?
Yeah, that's what I was.
You know, I don't think so. I don't think it goes to GT, to be honest. Like we have
Huh.
the characters.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever does. I feel like we'll get like a GT DLC, and maybe that gives us the storyline of it. I'm not too sure.
Maybe, but I'm kind of surprised by that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a GT
Right.
storyline would be dope.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be really nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Let me think of character for me though.
Monaka. Just joking. Yeah, I don't know necessarily. I was kind of surprised that Goku Black had one.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. I didn't play through it yet, but I saw that on the tiles, and I was like, oh, that's definitely a character to try. Does Trunks have one?
Yeah.
actually, I don't know. I don't
I don't think I
think
saw
he
it.
does. That's,
That would be a cool character to see again.
yeah, he should have had one.
Yeah, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably like, I would have enjoyed his storyline more than some other characters. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, man.
I did try Frieza's storyline, and it was pretty fun. I can't lie. Frieza's storyline and some of the what if moments.
Do they have Broly?
They don't.
I was gonna say like,
I don't think
yeah,
they have a storyline.
either or. Honestly, you could do Z, you can do Super. Super would probably be more like interesting or easier, but yeah.
I think so too. Oh, freaking Cell would be interesting as well to see get a storyline.
Yeah, I was thinking of Cell too, but didn't he have that whole game? Like the.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, right. I forget what it's called. It released before.
Oh, yeah.
I think it released like last year, 2 years ago.
The Dead by Daylight type of game.
I think that maybe what it might have been.
Dragon Ball Breakers or something like that?
I think so. Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, that game?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, kind of. I guess
it's something else. I don't remember what it was. That was. I don't think it was Dragon Ball Breakers. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that was.
Can we also talk about the what ifs as well?
Yeah, the
bring
what
it
ifs
up,
are
dude.
super cool.
Like not to spoil any of what happens in any of the what ifs, because there's still people who are playing it and haven't seen them all, and we want to make that special. We want to make that special here on the MidFall channel. Some of these requirements are a little obnoxious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've ranted to these guys about this. Recently, last time I played it, I was playing the Piccolo storyline, and one of the what if requirements was to beat third form Frieza very quickly. And if you have done the Raditz one, you are somewhat familiar with this setup. That fight is so annoying. It is so annoying because you have to fight second form Frieza, and whatever damage you do really doesn't mean much because he just transforms, fully heals and whatnot. But whenever it is a beat an enemy quickly requirement, they will run away from you, do any counter they want, do any super attack that they want, and sometimes they get a freebie ultimate attack that comes out of nowhere even when, they're not at full power, and it's like, oh, well, that was fun. Thanks. And, honestly, I found that fight harder than any of the Grade 8 Vegeta fights. Any of them.
Yeah.
So, friggin', I have fun, but at the same time, was not having fun. That is just me.
If I'm being honest, the Grade 8 Vegeta fight, at first it was difficult because I was doing the what if with no Kaioken. But if I'm being honest, it really wasn't that difficult if you just resort to key spam, which is what I did, because I did not care. I'm not fighting that big ass dude, punching him. That makes zero sense for me to do. So I was just running away as much as I could. And of course he damaged me a lot, but I ended up beating him most of the time. I think I've fought him maybe 2 or 3 times, and 2 or 3 wins, I mean. And I've probably fought him max 6 times or something like that. So the 50% win rate really isn't too shabby.
Yeah. No, I got beat up by Raditz bad.
Oh.
Well, it's okay. I saw it. It was bad.
Exactly. Yeah, but he saw me throw hands with Grade 8 Vegeta. He just saw me throw straight up hands with him.
Yeah, but you did good though.
Yeah,
you did good on that one.
At least I came back. That one only took me 1 try, thankfully.
Yeah.
Now you gotta do the other
Grade 8
ones.
Vegeta, nice.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead. Any others? What ifs, situations, scenarios, things?
Yeah, so I did some Gohan and Frieza storylines. The Gohan what ifs are kind of at least the ones that I did, because I did up to Cell games and finished Cell games. The what ifs are pretty lackluster for Gohan, if I'm being honest. The Frieza ones are pretty interesting. I really enjoyed honestly, just playing as Frieza in general, the character's kit, at least the first form Frieza, is pretty fun to use. So if you guys want to try someone's storyline that isn't Goku, Frieza's one is kind of interesting because there are some what-if moments, but they don't really branch off too far, which is my major complaint about the game. It feels like a lot of what-ifs nipped in the bud, like, after the one fight, and there's no, like, branching pathway.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. Especially in, like, ones, I think it was Piccolo's, like,
yeah.
As much as I, like, enjoyed playing as him, his what-ifs were, like you said, for Gohan's pretty lackluster. And I remember specifically one for Goku's where you have to fight a team of Jace and Birder for that one. And you initially fight Jace, you can beat him up, and then Birder leaves to get Captain Ginyu, and then, you know, he pretty much just takes Jace's place. I'm like, oh, that was kind of pointless. Really didn't need that. And if you wanted the original story, you would have to, like, deflect Jace's attack. And if you didn't know the controls yet, you're just like, God damn it takes, like, fucking forever. So, yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you.
Well, dang. Is that it for the Sparking Zero talk? Freaking love the game, though.
I think so.
At least in my first impressions. When I first asked Jared about his first impressions before I got the chance to play it, he did say that he compared it slightly more towards Raging Blast, and I feel like that was a great, a great example. It very much does feel like Raging Blast, like the rush attacks, especially. I'm not saying that they're hard at all by any means on Raging Blast, but they are more difficult on Raging Blast than they were on the Budokai Tenkaichi games. Because, for example, like, you wouldn't cover as much distance, or like it wouldn't, like, lock on as much sometimes. But in the Budokai Tenkaichis, you would just lock on instantly, and you could be halfway across the map and still hit someone with it. But I do like how it makes it a little bit harder for those rush attacks, because it makes it just somewhat harder to spam, unless I'm just bad at the game. But maybe once I get better, it'll be easier to spam. But yeah,
I noticed something with that too, though. Do you guys use the boost when you do those rush attacks, or do you not use the boost?
I'm taking any boost I can, bro.
Yeah.
Any help I can get.
When I do it. I feel like it makes me miss.
Really? No, I don't. I haven't had any. I can't tell you. I mean, because I still miss regardless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here.
All right. So over here, MidFall Senses, Sparking Zero, pretty much met expectation. Met expectation, yeah.
I think so.
The expectations were high, and like I said, for the most part, it did meet. So it's nice to have games like Sparking Zero and Silent Hill that released this month as well, because it's just nice to have actual, like, fully done games be released, and whoa, look at that, people are actually enjoying them. As far as Sparking Zero talk, that's all good for that. I did want to continue along just with the theme of the month again, freaking Silent Hill release and stuff like that. Have you guys by any chance played any of the Silent Hill games? Because I have not.
Nope.
No. Well, that's crazy. And yeah, another thing that I also wanted to bring up, which could potentially be a thing, is Phasmaphobia apparently was supposed to go Cross-Platform this month, I believe. Ooh. Yeah, and Jared's never played it, at least. So, you said they didn't do it?
I'm asking if they did. Did they do it?
Let me see.
I'm checking their community. Oh, they have merch.
Sounds like it is crossplay.
Dope.
Nice.
If it is, then we're gonna we should also have like a little thing come out with this as well. I feel like that might be cool to record some videos on this, at least, because Phasmaphobia, although it's a great game, unfortunately it's past its lifespan, at least in terms of virality and all that kind of stuff. But there's no other time like October to go ahead and give this game a try, to go ahead and vibe with, especially after coming home and eating some food. Go ahead and chill out with maybe lighting a candle, playing some smooth jazz in the background, and watching your favorite trio play some hunt some ghosts. And maybe in something in the future, either there'll be references of that. Hint, 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 hint. Again, foreshadowing the freaking album that is coming out on Halloween. So yeah, because there is one song that does have to do with us hunting ghosts and stuff like that. So I'm excited to go ahead and finally, at least with the three of us, hunt some ghosts together.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, that was pretty much it for my kind of little subject. It hasn't really been feeling too much like, I haven't been feeling the October vibes as much this season. I don't know about you guys. I mean, it could be due to the heat wave that we have going on over here, but yeah, this time around hasn't felt too much like October.
I've wanted to feel like the Halloween vibes. I have some neighbors that already put up their decorations and stuff, but I haven't been feeling it either. I want to, and I know to have that happen, you gotta let those feelings occur, but it just, Halloween hasn't really hit for me. I like dressing up for Halloween, but I don't really have, you guys, we all live in different areas, especially me being the farthest from you guys. So I can't just go to you guys and let's celebrate Halloween, So I have to see if other people I know would like to celebrate Halloween. But even then, with those people, it's not the same vibe as the people I grew up with or the people I've known since high school, middle school, elementary school, etc.
Yeah. No, I definitely get that.
Yeah.
It just ain't the same.
It just isn't. No, I mean, we had, other people around us that liked the season, and then also schools and stuff like that, and the shows that we watched all kind of made everything feel more like that, just because we have more options now, to consume the content that we want. So if it's not getting advertised to us, then I feel like, it won't feel like that. But it's hard to run away from, Mariah Carey's freaking Christmas song. So that's why it always feels like Christmas in December.
Yeah, she was like, it's not time yet, guys, a few weeks ago, and I was like, dude, calm down. You'll have your time end of November. Please calm down. She's gonna do it early November. I'm calling it, bro.
I'm still
Keep her locked away.
I'm still excited for Thanksgiving time too. I mean, honestly, just the whole season, once it starts getting colder, starts getting dark earlier, starts getting cozier. Honestly, I enjoy it.
Oh yeah,
quite a bit.
Thanksgiving's, I think it's underrated when you're young, but as you get older, you really enjoy Thanksgiving.
Yup.
Yeah, I mean,
baby.
honestly, yeah, exactly. Honestly, I think I started to enjoy Thanksgiving a lot more around high school time. Yeah, probably for that reason. Yeah. Because then it's not I want to be playing games, or I want to go home. It's I actually want to be involved with grown-up conversation, I guess.
Yeah.
And, I enjoy conversation more than playing games.
Exactly. And I like Thanksgiving because for me, like, of course, let's ignore the food for now. The food is always the best part. You can't even cap. But it's one of those things where, in a sense, everyone not has to be there, but like they're gonna be there, and that's the one day that you know everyone's gonna be able to hang out because everyone's gonna make the time for it.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's totally true. That and Christmas.
Yeah. Christmas for sure has that ability as well. I've noticed with Thanksgiving, my family has tended to like Thanksgiving more. What about you guys? Of the two, which one does your family prefer?
Christmas by far, because we don't celebrate. We only recently started celebrating Thanksgiving like a couple like years ago. Well, what I mean by that is like we would always celebrate it when we got invited to places, but if it was at home, if you know we didn't make it for whatever reason to anybody's Thanksgiving reunion or whatever, at home we're not used to celebrating it at all, just because obviously like my parents came from Mexico and over there we didn't celebrate it. So
yeah. What about you, Jared?
Probably Christmas because it's less stuff to do overall. Like I feel like with
I see.
Thanksgiving, it's like you gotta do everything like right on this day, whereas with Christmas it's a little more spread out. It's a little more spread out throughout the month, so it's a little easier.
Now that I think about it, my family prefers Christmas. I think I prefer Thanksgiving. That's what it is. I definitely prefer Thanksgiving because the food is more like, it's a cozy vibe with the food. But Are you guys the type of person to buy your gifts for people early on, like a month or two ahead, or do you buy it the month of December? Like how early do you typically go?
So this time I'm starting sooner because I realize that it is harder, and also you feel like you're spending a lot less money if it's spread out. So like, especially with Jack, my girlfriend, she was really good at like getting it like months and months ahead of time. Even if it was just like small gifts, it would just be out of the way, and then she'd be all ready, and I'd be kind of stressing of like, oh man, what should I get this person? Or like, what should I get this person? She was like, I have a whole basket, everything's labeled, it's got everyone's names on it, and I'm just gonna go ahead and give it out to people and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, okay. That's very efficient. I think I'm going to try and make it easier on myself this time around.
It's a good idea.
That sounds like a really good idea. At least for me, it's hard to do it earlier because a lot of times my family likes to make lists for what we would want for Christmas. But at the same time, it's just like everyone's super late in doing it. They'll be like, oh, it's like mid-December. It's like, oh, here's my list. I'm like, bro, you gave me so little time for this. But I want to kind of do the same. Start getting some gifts. Well, getting gifts earlier, especially since I don't have to work on Black Friday. So that'd be fantastic.
Oh, good for you. But now, question. For you guys, when you celebrate Christmas, what do you guys do on Christmas Eve, and what do you guys do on Christmas Day? Because apparently what I do is normally what Hispanic people do. But, I'm going to go ahead and, I'll explain it really quick. So, for example, we celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, on Christmas Eve, we'll have everybody come to our house. If we had a gift exchange, in the beginning of the month, like normally I have family visiting, aunts, uncles, and all that stuff. I come over to our house, and in the beginning of the month, it'll be like, oh, okay, draw a name from this shoebox, and that's your Secret Santa, or if we don't do Secret Santa, then it'll just be, just gift exchange, like whatever. So we'll have everyone come over Christmas Eve. We'll have our dinner. We'll have like all that kind of stuff, relax and all that. And our party, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And then at the end of the night, midnight, whatever, we'll have our gift exchange. We'll do our Secret Santas. We'll do all that kind of stuff. And then, the party will end. We'll clean up. Everyone goes to bed. And then in the next morning, jack shit to fucking do. You did your partying. You did all the fucking shit. Now it's just, let's have the kids open up their fucking Christmas presents. We visited family on Christmas Eve. Now we can go ahead and fuck off like the rest of the world. Because everything's closed, So it's just like, but then here I am watching like the movie like Four Christmases or whatever with not Will Ferrell. I forgot his name. Vince Vaughn. With Vince Vaughn. And like, I guess like both the families of him and his wife are like divorced, so they have to literally go to like the dad's house. Basically, I started noticing like growing up, I was like, dang, a lot of in these movies, it seems like people do what we do on Christmas Eve on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
But yeah.
First, Jared.
Yes.
Go first.
So yeah. So how do you guys typically?
I mean, for us, it's always Christmas Day, but on I don't know. I feel like for my family, we don't really. It's almost like we don't really like celebrate it, if you get what I mean. Like, until it is the day of Christmas, we're kind of just like, we'll get everything like super festive and set up and all that, but I don't know, it's just sometimes we don't really indulge ourselves in like the Christmas spirit. It's more so like having everything set up and then just kind of going about our days. So yeah.
So you do everything the day of Christmas, all the gift stuff?
Yeah, we do it all during that, like, right, usually in the morning, get that all set up, ready to go, and then throughout, sometimes we'll go to my uncle's place, that's where, like, my mom's family is at, usually, but, if we're not doing that, then we're just hanging out, like, any regular day.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think for me it's very similar, Luis. And I think I'm especially more like this than my family. I like doing everything on Christmas Eve because for me, I honestly would prefer to celebrate most holidays the day before, except for like Halloween, for example, but mainly because I do not like driving on the day of a holiday. I just honestly despise it. There's drunk drivers almost on every single holiday. There's people frantic to get presents, all that jazz. I do not want to be near anyone that does shit like that. So I am very heavy on support of the way Luis celebrates it, and that's how my family does it, where Christmas Eve, everyone gathers up, do a Secret Santa, most of the time. And one thing I will say, my family does it very last second, which I'm not a big fan of. They do Secret Santa like a few weeks before, when in my opinion it should be months ahead, so people have time. But then my family does everything on Christmas Eve, all the food, all the present exchanging, and then we go home, spend the night at home, wake up the next day on Christmas Day, and then like Luis said, if you have presents for the kids or if you have presents for each other, you open it at the house. I don't leave the house on Christmas Day. I do not leave the house. I do not see the sunlight. I do not even leave the freaking, I don't even go to the backyard. I don't touch the outside air when I'm in Christmas
I don't leave
Day
my
mode.
robe. I don't leave my robe.
Yeah. I've done that before. I'm literally just wearing my pajamas the whole day as a kid.
I'm day drinking.
don't
I'm
wanna
drinking
go
the entire
outside.
day. I'm drinking the entire day. Eggnog.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
drinking Kool-Aid.
And like I'm drinking eggnog. I'm putting some peppermint schnapps in my freaking hot chocolate. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I was gonna take it somewhere else, but but
We'll definitely talk about this more when the time approaches, but I'm definitely a proponent of celebrate the holiday before, not on the day of, mainly for safety and comfortability.
yeah. I'm hoping to hopefully at least this season just goes by smoother, because I am very, very excited for this season, just me personally, because I have plenty of family that I haven't seen in like multiple years that are actually visiting. So I'm like, oh, it's gonna be really nice. It's gonna be a fun time.
For sure. That's gonna be dope.
That's nice.
Yeah. Any final closing thoughts, Jared? Any final subjects? Anything like that?
Let's see. I don't think so. And you know what? Just get ready for Black MidFall. And all the uploads that we have coming in the future.
Yes,
If you didn't know, we have our gaming channel set up, No Respawn. There'll be a link in the description. So go ahead, get yourself subscribed to that, and get ready for some Sparking Zero episodes, baby.
Oh yeah. With No Respawn, we got videos coming out on there. We did make Linktree. I remember Jared idea. He was like, guys, let's make a Linktree. I think it's a good idea. So we made a Linktree. That'll most likely be in the description as well for both No Respawn. If you want to find it there, I'll actually have to add that to the Linktree because we just made it. And then for outside of No Respawn, just all of our MidFall content channels, Instagrams for Jared and I, Luis's MidFall Instagram, all that jazz is on the Linktree. So it's even easier to find us on different social platforms there. So make sure you guys follow on there, and also follow us here if you're listening to this on YouTube or any other platform.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, everybody. That does it for our announcements. Again, Black MidFall. Apparel coming soon as well. Everything else, yeah. Just, episodes keep coming out, which is pretty good, because I hope that the conversations come out a lot more smoothly since our first episode. I mean, this is episode 10 of the second season, so yeah, I hope that we're getting better at it, and hope that you enjoy the background music as well. I don't think we ever stated this, but the background music is actually produced by Jared and I. So we have had thoughts as well of going ahead, because some of the music that we do play in the background are unreleased tracks that we're thinking about using, or we don't really know, but we've already put them out there, you know what I mean? So we're thinking of even possibly making like a little playlist, or releasing some of the music that we have in the background as well, so that if you like it and also would like to light up a candle and while you're either studying, vibing, or playing Sparking Zero, you can be chilling, listening to our music, that we made specifically for that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, once we go ahead and, that is an idea. So once we go ahead and start getting ready to execute, we'll go ahead and make an announcement and let everybody know. As far as that, anything else, Yash, that I'm missing?
Yeah, I think it's time for Luis to catch these hands in Sparking Zero. So we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Yes, sir. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Appreciate everybody. Have a good rest of your week. We will go ahead and hopefully see you next Tuesday. Have a good one.
Sir.
See y'all.